We have confirmation that Pokemon Legends EA is getting DLC. This thing is going to be called Mega Dimension. And in this trailer, not only did it reveal 2 new Mega Evolutions for Raichu, and a bunch of Mega Stones were also teased. So today, we're going to take a look at every single Mega Evolution we could possibly see in this DLC. And we're not just talking about the leaked, the teased images for these Mega Stones. We're not just talking about those. We're going to be thinking outside the box, thinking about the plot of this DLC and what would make the most sense for this game. We got a lot of fun ideas coming up. Welcome back to Hidden Power. This is a Pokemon podcast. My name is DustyGogoat. Today I'm joined by TraderLumi.
Hello.
And SoulSilverArt.
What's up? What's up?
We're when you're watching this, I was gonna say we're a couple weeks out, but when you're watching this, we might be 2 weeks out from Legends EA. I'm pretty pumped.
Oh my gosh. It's within the month. It's
and
let's go. It's like less than a month.
The fun doesn't stop though with Legends.
No, it does
EA.
not.
We're getting DLC, really Mega Dimension. I don't know. I like feel like I didn't care about Megas for so long, and then I did care about them, and then obviously we're gonna talk about leaks today. They're leaked. We're gonna talk about the leaked Megas for the base game. There's nothing that is leaked for the DLC. That's what's gonna make this conversation really fun. But yeah, let's start with this then. Let's start with this. Obviously, we have Mega Raichu X and Y. I think there's like the prevailing theory is that these two Pokemon are suggesting that there's going to be an X and Y dimension, right? Maybe the dimensions that we play in Pokemon X and Y. And so with that in mind, I don't know. I feel like that adds a little wrinkle to how fun this could be, right? This isn't new Megas. This isn't Legends EA DLC new Megas. It's Mega Dimension. So we get Megas firing out from other dimensions, and we don't even know what these dimensions are going to be. You know, they could literally be anything.
Well, we could be going to those dimensions as well. That would be the more fun situation, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, absolutely. So, okay, in this pod, what I'd like to do is go over all of these teased Mega Stones that have very specific coloration. I want to take a look at these. We got a list of Mega Pokemon that match the coloration of these Mega Stones that also need Megas. That's gonna be fun to talk about. We're also gonna, like I said, talk about some the leaked Megas. I think I want to start with what Megas we already know about as kind of like a foundation. So, 2, 3, 1. I did that out of order.
leaks.
2, 3, 1.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Here are the leaks. Timestamps are below if you don't want to be spoiled.
It's too late. They're already on screen.
No, they could be listening. And then after we talk about what has already been leaked and we talk about what, is kind of being teased by this trailer, I think it'd also be fun to talk about just kind of stuff that like we actually want to see that have not been teased that has a good shot of actually being in the game. That's what I want to talk about today. I'm feeling kind of chaotic right now. Is that all right with you guys?
Chaos. Yeah, let's go.
I really am. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling I'm going to Scotland next week. Like when you're listening to this, I'm going to be in Europe. Or that's the UK? Is that not technically Europe?
It is Europe, part of Europe.
Okay.
It's just
the continent
part of the
Europe.
European Union.
Yeah, but at the continent, yes.
But I'm going to be looking at castles and trains, and I'm really excited. Monsters.
And data mine leaks.
So
and data mine leaks.
And the data mine's going to happen when Dusty's in Scotland.
Yeah. Maybe, you know what, Dusty? I love that and maybe this is a good place to start because I love that you're going to Scotland. If you could please, I believe you're planning on going to Loch Ness, yeah?
Yeah.
If you could please go there to summon a Mega Lapras.
Yeah, just throw some coins into the lock. Just be like, come on.
Try to hit the Loch Ness monster.
And I think we'll probably do a secret power for Patreon supporters because I think it'd be fun. I'm going to have so much stuff to talk about.
For sure,
like monster related stuff. Anyways, all right, let's start with the Megas that have been leaked / already revealed. If I'm not mistaken, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 5. So there's 26. Allegedly, we're going to be receiving 26 new Megas, right, in the base game of Legends EA. I think 6 of these have already been revealed. We have the Kalos starters, Malamar, Halucha, Dragonite. Oh, and Victory Bell. So that's 7.
I think it's 9, right? No, am I wrong? I don't know.
I don't know. Math is hard.
Either way, 3 of them you technically can't get right away. I mean, 2 of them actually. 2 of them are like post-game locked almost.
Yeah, but they're in the base game of Legends.
Right.
So, and then all these other megas that we're looking at, I think, I'm really anticipating. Like, I really want to see what the actual designs look like, right?
Yeah, for sure.
If you're joining us right now, like maybe you've been out of the loop, maybe you've just not been keeping up with Pokemon. Basically, during the Terra leak last year, there was a Game Freak data breach, and all this information came out, and we had basically people got their hands on Legends ZA and leaked descriptions of these Pokemon, and then artists have been interpreting those. Other people have been interpreting them and creating these all the art that you see on the screen right now are just like artist interpretation, and that's kind of fun because it does give us an idea of maybe what we could be looking at. But what's really fun is that like when the Pokemon is actually revealed, like the design, like it's going to be different. And sometimes it's better. And I think actually a lot of the times some of these designs have been better than what, artists were able to glean from like a description. So like,
it's almost always better because it's Game Freak. Like it's the official Pokemon company making them. So they put an extra bit of thought into everything. Not to say that artists don't, but they like have like 5 people working on one thing, so it's like, so it goes through a lot.
Yeah. And they're creating a design as like, as a full thing, right? They're not limited by a description. They're, the actual design is taking, it's
their
like
creation.
It's a pure creation. Exactly. So like it all works together, right? They're not trying to make anything fit together. But so we have 26 megas here. And I think I want to say we have like already like 60, 70 megas that already exist, right?
Yeah. We're closing in on 100.
Yeah, I think after this, there's I think it's 72 megas will exist after base game of Legends ZA, and then we know that the Raichus are coming in DLC, so that'll bump it up to 74, and it's 76 if you want to include primal reversions in that. I don't because they're a different thing, but some people do.
Wait. So you said 74?
74, yes, are all the known megas, and again, that is including Raichu X and Raichu Y, which are not going to be in ZA until the DLC.
Okay. So if you include the primal reversions, then that brings us up to
76.
Which means we need 24 more, which would basically be like including Raichu, the 2 Raichu forms would be 26, which is there's 26. That would be 26 mega Pokemon in the in base game, and then 26 new megas in the DLC to get us to exactly 100 megas.
I mean,
including if we're counting the primal reversions, which I am.
Yeah. I mean, and
that's kind of nice. That's kind of perfect.
I think that's what's going to happen.
I think there's a really good chance the number is brought up to 100 by the time we're done with DLC, because there is also.
I think they do a clean 100.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen.
There is also some rumors of there being like a second DLC after the Hoopa one. So yeah, that's potentially more. But who knows?
Yeah.
So what we're missing, what we're waiting to see in either a data, when Legends EA comes out, this is what we're going to be seeing. This is what's missing from the mega, the list, right? This is what we're going to be seeing. We're going to be seeing a mega Clefable. Clefable is going to gain that flying type on top of its fairy type. We're going to be getting a mega Starmie. It's going to maintain the typing but get really long legs. We're going to be getting obviously megas for the starter Pokemon, Meganium, Feraligatr, and Emboar. I'm really excited to see those designs because I'm happy with the Kalos starters. I think those turned out really well, so I'm looking forward to this. We're going to be getting a Mega Skarmory, Mega Frostlass, Mega Excadrill, Mega Scrafty, Mega Scolipede, Mega Electros, Mega Chandelure. We're also going to be getting some Kalos Pokemon. We saw some of these already with Hawlucha and the starters, but we're going to be getting Mega Pyroar. And Malamar we already saw. We're going to be getting Mega Barbaracle, Mega Dragalge, and apparently a Mega Eternal Floette, as well as a Mega Zygarde. The designs for like these are kind of weird. I want to see the actual design because the descriptions are kind of limited, and I feel like the artist renditions have not sold me yet. And it's also going to be cool. A little bonus. We're going to be getting some Generation 7 megas for Drampa and I guess Phalanx is Generation 8.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, that is going to be all of the megas that we get in Legends ZA in the base game. Soul is right that it sounds like you're going to be able to get the Kalos starters at some point in the game, but you won't be able to mega evolve them until post game with the online.
I mean, you know,
online battles.
You can get them in your initial playthrough, like the Cow Stars. It's just a thing of Greninja will only be available starting October 16th and then running to a certain point, and then Delphoxite will be available later, and then Chestnutite later. But you can, if you were to rank up on the online battle system, you could use it in your playthrough, but like it's not post-game locked.
Yeah, no, that is a good point. That is a good point. And again, to clarify, like you can get the starter Pokemon and even evolve them to their final stages. You just can't mega evolve until later in the game.
Greninja too, you can that'll be at launch. You just have to go online.
You gotta rank up
and you have to rank up. You'll get it when you rank up, but you do have to rank up. So it is a thing of, you know, how hard is that going to be? I think we all as a society should make a pact to just all go online right at the beginning where we've just got Totodiles and Fletchlings so that we have a chance, you know.
Oh, sure. Like, you mean like battle? Yeah.
Like let's not do it. You know,
right.
when everybody
Rank up,
has their Mega Drampas and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Rank up when you're like level 20. That's
right.
So funny.
I mean, if we look, if you go on the ranked battles immediately, how many players have beaten the game at that point?
That's a good point.
You're probably fighting a bunch of little kids who got the game and are playing around with it. They don't know what they're doing, you know. And so all you gotta do is kill a Chikorita, and you're ranking up.
The hidden power community is gonna be. We're elite trainers. Everyone's going crazy in the Discord, in the secret Discord. We're going to be training each other, trying to get. We're going to have powerful fletchlings. Powerful. All right. So these are the megas. Are, you know, so many months later, I guess, a couple weeks out from the actual game. Are you guys still looking forward to these?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
These Pokemon.
Absolutely.
Where's your brain at?
Soul, you're muted. But absolutely. I've seen the ones that so I was most excited for like Dragonite, Hawlucha, and I've gotten to see those, but I'm still excited for obviously the starters like the Meganium, Feraligatr, Emboar. But then also like I think Frozlass will be really cool. I think Scolipede will really be really cool. A little nervous about Scrafty, but I think it could be really cool. Excadrill. I mean, great picks. I think this was a really good batch.
Yeah, I agree. There's such
a lot
picks.
Of different types of Pokemon.
I am excited for them, especially the more I don't think about them, because it's like I want to like almost forget about them and then just like have them. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's kind of my thing, but it's like they're not fresh in my mind just yet. So yeah, I love it. I'm excited for them for sure.
I mean, even a trailer doesn't always do justice. I really think like that we go through these different phases.
Yeah, until you play with them.
Yeah, and once we get our hands on the game to actually play with them, I do think, you know, that's when we're all going to start picking our favorites. You know, it's fun to have opinions ahead of time, but like, you know, once you're on your couch with your Switch, that's, I think, when the connections with these Pokemon are going to start happening. And the designs are going to live on. We're going to get our hands on the cards, etc. Something I wanted to throw in here. We did, we just covered a rumor on our Clips channel that is up right now, but it was a really cool idea that also that's what's making me think of this, but we have been talking about this. I think Soul's been making some posts online about this. I've been making some videos on my channel. I just did a big video on my channel with Toby about this, but like the idea that we could be in the DLC going to an X and Y dimensions, right? The dimensions for the Pokemon X and Y video games, right? Each of those games is a different dimension. That would suggest, right, that maybe the ZA game that we're playing is a separate dimension, and we're like in the Z dimension. And the suggestion there is that like all of these megas that we're seeing that are being introduced into this game don't exist in Pokemon X and Y or Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire because they just don't exist in that dimension, right?
Right.
In that timeline. They exist in the ZA timeline. And I guess there's really nothing to actually learn, but with, if something like that ends up being true, and I already think to some capacity it is already true, right? Every new Pokemon game that we play is a different dimension because it's a different interpretation. It's a different timeline. Like just the way like the multiverse works, every new save file is a different dimension, right? But if we're to see any additional, I guess if I'm looking at these Pokemon, these new megas through that lens, I don't think there's any actual concrete like evidence or like any sort of like patterns, but it is interesting to think about these new megas being like maybe grouped up in that way, right? It's kind of fun to be like, is there something that we could see in all of these, even if it's just lore and it's not backed up by the designs, that maybe ties them all together and makes them specific for the Z dimension?
Yeah, I do wonder about it. I made even a post last night about that like they could all be coming from the same dimension and all that. What you said makes the most sense, I think, just now. But I don't know, as the designs have come out, I think they are pretty like, especially the Kalos starters feel standard in like a mega design kind of thing. Even Hawlucha. The other ones felt like so much more weird. And that like made me think like maybe they'll all be really weird. But the Kalos ones are kind of in line with normal megas, like the past megas. So I don't know, maybe yes, and maybe in lore, like you said, I would love that.
Yeah, like if there's a couple lines of dialogue. I guess the way I'm thinking about this is like obviously in the real world, like out of universe, like mega Pokemon, that batch of designs that were created for X and Y, and then that were created for the Hoenn remake, so Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, like those designers probably had very specific, like if all those designs were created together, there's going to be through lines. There's going to be repeating, like not patterns, but like traits that different Pokemon could have. I think we saw a lot of Pokemon in the Kalos region and the megas get like beards essentially, right? Like there'll just be like similarities that just inherently happen through the process of creating those megas, the designs. And now a decade later, we're getting this new set of mega evolutions, and there probably are new artists working on these designs, right? So they're going to have, and they know about stuff that we don't know, right? Like what if the director of the game, Tochigi, is like, hey, we're creating these new megas. I want you to think about, like, I don't know. I'm like, what if I want you to think about this specific thing in this town in Kalos, and maybe this influenced it, or in this dimension, in the Z dimension, this never happened. So maybe this influenced this Pokemon differently. Like we don't know those things, right? But
that's kind of what I was saying earlier, is like how there's like multiple people like checking these designs, so like there's the inspiration behind all of it in general, like the theme of the game, even like that's affecting it, which wasn't the theme of X and Y. So those kind of things definitely are in the background of how they're designed.
So I think it's fun to think about, and I am looking forward to just actually getting, I don't know, man. This is it's like Christmas. It's like it's like birthday, It's
almost definitely it's close to it.
It's gonna be so fun to see like all of these actual designs, in the flesh, in the game. We're gonna get our hands on this game.
I mean, we're talking DLC in this episode too, so like that is essentially Christmas. It's like our Christmas. Like this whole game is gonna be like
Christmas.
Yeah, it's like this whole game is just like
divorced.
Christmas, Thanksgiving, birthdays, everything.
Our parents are divorced. Dad's house is the X dimension. Mom's house is the Y dimension.
And my birthday's in February, so I get I get February 27th, so I get presents then too.
Yeah, exactly.
So, anyways, I don't know. I think my final statement on these megas, like the leaked mega descriptions, is that like I really think like even if we have a description of Starmie having long legs, I think that is very limited to one person's perspective or what they were specifically able to see when they wrote the description, because and also,
I mean, at this time, the Dex image has leaked, so
we have like
we've seen the
but no, I agree.
Of it.
I do agree with Dusty though. I mean, there's so much more that you will see it moving in game than just that static image. So that's just like a general rule for anything that has ever leaked. It's like you can't judge it just on that.
And also, yeah, so like basically it's like there's things that this Starmie could do that we haven't even seen before. And also, like, we've also seen differences since some of these megas have been officially revealed.
Yeah, that was a big thing too.
Some of the designs have actually varied from the description, like the starters and
I think it was
even
just,
Malamar.
So far, just Chestnut has been like officially like the description said there would be a lot of orange in it, and there's no orange.
Shields on
so
the
like
arms instead of spikes.
Yep,
and there were shields on the arms instead of the spikes. So it's like that's a pretty decent design change from the final one that we got. So there could be little changes here and there that could happen. I just doubt that happened a lot, because that's not something that they go back and try to fix every single design.
And if
I
they
think
do,
it's just
I feel like it'll be minor things that doesn't like change
minor.
the Pokemon's like what the concept was, I guess.
Sure.
But in the case of Starmie, that could change a lot.
Hey guys, I don't mean to cut off this amazing video that we have made for you here, but I also do mean to cut you off because I want to take a moment to thank all of you lovely people listening or watching this right now, all of the commenters, all of the subscribers, but also all of the people who go above and beyond that and support the show through YouTube memberships or through Patreon. Thank you all so much. I want to give a special shout out to a couple of you here. First off, our mythical tier supporters, Ryan and Foziness, Coronet Highlander, Tyler Low 15, Normal Guy, Sam Ross, Porygon Ball Guy, Doom Typhlosion, Brain Dead, Nicholas Taylor, and the Pokey Kiddo 1. I want to give a special shout out to our Arceus tier supporters, Lethal Randy, SEH Art Gold, and Red or Carson K. And I want to give a Mega Evolved shout out in honor of Legends ZA to our Game Freak Inc. level members. We're standing.
I'm standing.
Ramtastic, Young Smokey, and Young Smokey again, because he is both the Game Freak Inc. supporter on YouTube and on Patreon. Thank you all so much.
Thank you guys. Seriously, really appreciate you all. This show's just just trudging along as we get closer and closer to Legends EA. This show is entirely independent, so we could not do it without you. If you want your name read on the next podcast, you can sign up on Patreon or on YouTube as a channel member for either the mythical tier or higher, and we'll read your name. We'll give you the standing ovation. And if you want to support or get any of the perks, really any of the perks, $5 a month, legendary tier, again, Patreon or YouTube, you get access to. And honestly, I'm really proud to say this. So I'm really proud to say this. We have been putting out a secret power, a bonus podcast every single week, and we're going to continue to do that. And yeah, these are all for you guys. Every single week, we're putting out extra podcasts for you to listen to. Mm-hmm. And you can get access to that at this lowest tier, at the legendary tier. You also get access to the secret Discord. There's so many perks in there. There's a battle league. There's so many people in there. We do movie nights. We were just doing a live call-in show. Everything's in there. $10 or correction. Legal team correction 10% off merch at our merch store. That's literally every perk is in that lowest tier. But again, if you want to go above and beyond and actually get named, and we'll speak your name off our tongue. Mythical tier or higher. Thank you guys so much. Okay, I don't even know.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Awkward. Thank you.
Back to the episode.
I guess you can go now.
But I guess what I'm saying is, like, yeah, you're right. Like, it's not. What I'm saying is not that like a mega lantern could
yes.
I like what you're saying.
Not lantern.
Go with
lantern.
No,
yes.
that was
I want it to be lantern.
Slip. That was a Freudian slip. What I'm saying is, like, I'm not suggesting that mega. I almost literally did it again.
Let's go.
You're summoning
what
it.
I'm saying
is
that Mega Chandelure is not going to be a completely different design. But what I'm saying is that, like, the artist renditions that we've seen that are limited by a description that might be a little off, the actual design that we see could actually be just a way better design as a total package, right? because everything that we've seen is just interpretations of whatever.
Of course,
actually,
yes.
you know,
It's like
the
going through.
execution matters. The execution
Yeah, it's like
really
going through
matters.
a bunch of filters.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, it's like so the original came from a description of someone's opinion, and then an artist drew it from their opinion of that opinion, and that's what we get. But at the same time, Greninja is pretty spot on. Like,
For sure.
Like there's some that were pretty close at the same time.
But it does look sick.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So I'm looking forward to seeing these, and it's gonna be fun. Yeah, I think it's been a. You know what? Honestly, just if you're listening to this right now, I would love to give you a hug and a handshake because we've been through it. We've been through a lot. It's been a long 2 years.
It's
been a long
not
2
over.
years.
It's not over.
It's not. It's
But
not,
yes.
All right. So then, what was it? It was like 2 weeks ago at this point. We got the reveal of Mega Dimension, the Mega Dimension DLC, and we got the announcement of these 2 Mega Pokemon, 2 different Raichus. Really, really cool. Hoopa is opening these portals. Pretty exciting. And actually, you know what? Okay, kind of this is off topic. Someone brought this up. I was talking to some like real life people about this game, which was cool because they were like inquiring. They're like, "Oh, Legends ZA, like it looks really fun."
Love it.
And they're like, "Oh, do you have They're like, "Oh, do you have Switch 2?" And I'm like, "I do." And then they were like, "I don't have the Switch 2. Do you think it'll run any good on the base Switch?" And then I realized they haven't shown like any footage of like this game on just the Switch.
first 2 trailers were on the Switch 1.
Yeah.
But
I
that
think
was
it
like a
will
year
run
ago.
drastically
yeah,
different.
I think there
but
will
that's just
be a
me.
very clear difference. I mean, you know, let's put it this way. They're charging more for the Switch 2 edition. Scarlet and Violet got a free patch, and look at the difference there.
True.
I think it'll work. I think it'll work way better than Scarlet and Violet just
Sure.
because
I hope
because
so.
they've had more time with the game. So I
Yeah.
think that's definitely a thing.
But like,
But-
I am concerned about like the online battles, like the lag between like if you've got a Switch 1 versus your
Sure.
opponent
That's
having
true.
a Switch 2.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. That's a tough one. We'll see.
It's true. All right. And in this trailer, we see all of these little megastones kind of blur out or kind of like we're like going through we're going through one of the mega dimensions, and you see all these little megastones. The image that's been going around that's been isolating each of these images or each of these megastones. This is the image right here. And I have a list. I've put together a list of basically what the internet has. Just all the different ideas that I've seen online. Basically, I put together a list of everything that these megastones could actually indicate. I want to go over this. Love to get your thoughts on this. And
let's go.
then
Hey, cool. I have my own
Yeah, we
predictions
could-
for some of these as well too. So yeah, let's
perfect.
get into it.
Okay, perfect. So, all right, we'll start with if you're watching right now, we'll start on the top left. This pink one. It's like a dark pink and a light pink.
There's a little bit of brown in it too. It looks like or black.
Yeah, I do see the
that. A
brown,
little bit of
yeah.
yellow, maybe. It was brown, and then I see that.
Maybe.
And you know what?
Hard to tell.
Before we even start, I guess I also want to say everyone's suggesting that these are all going to be brand new, but I actually think a lot of these look like some of the megas we're going to get in the base game.
Yes. I was
Have
going to
you
wait till the
noticed that?
end to say that, but because, if you want to like speculate on these, but I think most of these are actually the ones that we just went over.
Oh, interesting. Okay, great.
Yeah, I don't have much speculation on this. I don't even have I do think that they are probably megastones of existing megas, but
Yeah.
people are kind of running rampant with it. Doesn't mean that we can't speculate on what megas we're going to get, and it's also up to interpretation. I just personally think that most of them are already the ones in the base game.
I also I want to like warn that we may be giving a bit more credit to the colors here than
Yes,
perhaps is accurate. Because like a lot of, if you look at the especially the
Remember-
background color, because like Altaria Knight has the background colors pink, which is indicative of Altaria getting the fairy type when it mega evolves. But there's not actually any pink in Altaria or Mega Altaria's design. So I'm just saying, like, it's not 100% there. Even like Sable Knight's got a lot of yellow in it. There's not really any yellow. in
Dude, good point.
Sableye.
Gyarados. Yeah, the base jewel. Or the stone of Gyarados has like this like really strong yellow color, and obviously it is blue and red, which is what Gyarados. Actually, no, Gyarados
yellow in
gains
its
the red
leaves.
color. It does, but like Gyarados gains the red color upon Mega Evolution. So you wouldn't
Mhm.
know. Basically, yeah. So it's like if there's a color in here that isn't present in another in the base Pokemon, you wouldn't know that it indicates that Mega Evolution.
Delphoxite's the
you know?
same way. The like base color is black or like this deep purple or whatever, which is, what Delphox becomes when it Mega Evolves, but that's nowhere in the base Delphox design.
Dude, you're absolutely right.
I was bringing up more so that the transition from 3D to or 2D to 3D is also a thing here. Like, remember Hawlucha and the like golden shining thing in the trailer compared to what it is actually in the game. And so like these Megastones and how they are being translated here might not be like the exact perfect replica of what we got. A perfect one is the Delphoxite, which I think they made a mistake on. I think the Delphoxite is the one in the bottom left-hand corner. They just swapped the colors accidentally. So like the one in the bottom left is like literally the
You're
same
right,
thing.
it does look like that.
But the thing is, the white is in the middle and the yellow's not. You see what I'm saying?
Like literally
if you
inverted.
click, it's inverted.
I see
But
that,
I think
yeah.
that they just made a mistake. I don't think that there's one that close. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, they are
but I
really
think
close though.
I think that one's Delphox personally.
Interesting. Yeah, that is really close.
But you see how like the actual marble is like a purple, light purple, and the one that's 2D is like dark purple. Like there's differences that you can tell. It's almost black, So yeah.
No, that's cool. I didn't even notice that.
Look.
I think you're right. I think that really is very similar. But yeah, main idea, these Megastones have colors, but the caveat is there could be a color in one of these that is not present in the base form that could be present in the Mega Evolution, which we won't know about until the Pokemon gets Mega Evolved. And I also think even if we're able to peg any of these any of these Megastones and like maybe match it to a new Mega Evolution, there could be even more Megas beyond this. This isn't like a limitation. This is just a little teaser in the trailer, which is fun,
there's even more Megastones than this.
There's more.
Pretty sure.
Yeah,
in
there's
that
even more.
Teaser, it's just they're like so in the background, like you
they're
just
so
see
blurry.
a circle. You cannot tell anything by it.
That is crazy to think. Like, okay, you're like passing through a portal, and there's just like Megastones swirling around. It's like an infinite amount of Megastones,
Mega Dimension.
That's fun.
Mega Dimension.
Roll credits.
You just get. All right. All right. So starting from the top left, I guess it's like the second square on the top. On the left, it's a pink. It's got a couple different colors here, and you could isolate this as the pink Gastrodon. It could potentially be Gourgeist. It could also potentially be Beware. I'm also thinking it could just be like a lot of different fairy types, something like Chansey or really anything that's like pink. There's a lot of like random pink Pokemon that I feel like could match up with this pretty well.
Beware's a good call. I feel like with Gastrodon, I have seen people suggest the pink Gastrodon, and my thing is I feel like the Megastone would be a bit more accommodating to both colors,
Yeah, I don't think just one of them would get the Mega.
Right.
It would be both of them. They're the same Pokemon.
Right.
So.
And so I feel like the Megastone would look like a blend of both, or would just look like whatever they Mega Evolve into if maybe it just has one form, kind of like how
I really want that.
And Mega into or G-Max into like the same form.
I'd love a Gastrodon Mega.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
This next one to the right is like this deep purple color. It's almost like a
Butterfree, please.
Yeah, it's like a chalky indigo almost, and it has red and black as well. I didn't think of Butterfree. I was thinking my list has Gliscor, Weavile, and Hydreigon.
Yeah, those are good. I like that a lot. No, why would you want Butterfree?
Because I love Butterfree, Soul.
Yeah, Butterfree's cool.
It has a G-Max. It's another butterfly. It's just a butterfly. Like, we have plenty of butterfly Pokemon. It does not need.
It's the first butterfly. You put some respect on Butterfree.
I love butter.
I love butter too, but I do not. I like Butterfree.
Listen,
but I just
you don't need to want it, but like, let's not root against it. It's Butterfree.
I am rooting fully against it. I do not want Mega Butterfree.
It's Butterfree. Why would you?
I don't care.
Why would you? What do you mean?
It has a G-Max. It doesn't need anything else. Like, bro, what else can we do with him? What else can be done?
You can make a cool Swift Butterfree that takes some of the aspects of the Gmax,
You know-
which is awesome.
I don't know.
Can we change it completely?
Yeah,
I mean, a
could.
Mega
You do a
could
lot with
probably
it.
more than a Gmax.
Beedrill
did.
changes completely.
I don't need a Mega Butterfree. I don't need more Kanto. But
I don't need it, but I would not mind.
No, you want it.
I would not mind it.
I would much
I wouldn't
rather
even say that
Gliscor
I want
or
it. But just
what was the other one you said?
Hydreigon.
The other one was good.
Weavile.
Hydreigon. Yeah.
Weavile,
Hydreigon.
Weavile has that black coloration with the red and the I guess the purple could be added.
Mhm.
That could be fun.
This next one is green. It's got yellow in it. It also has like the stripe of pink.
I
And a
honestly
lot-
think this is Victory Bell.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was gonna say. I think
Most
it's
people
Victreebel.
think that. Mhm.
But
Most-
it could also be a misdirect. I've seen people say it could be Haxorus because there's red and yellow. The green's kind of weird and random, but I also think actually Fracture has some like green elements into it. Axew has some green elements to it. So I could
For
see
sure.
I could see that. I could see Haxorus mega evolving to get some green color in it. I also saw someone say Typhlosion, which I thought was kind of ridiculous.
With the
'cause I don't think
green,
that-
I don't know.
but not
Yeah.
but this yellow in this in this pink, it's not really what Typhlosion is. Like Typhlosion has like this like beige, this yellowish beige color, and it has true red fire. It doesn't have pink. This is like pink and
See,
yellow and
but
green.
here-
it just
here's
feels nothing
my-
like it.
Here's my issue with this whole marble theory is that you don't know what the Mega will look like or be colored like. So
Yeah.
like the Mega could have those colors in it. Like, and that's where it's just like, okay, anything can have anything in it. So it's very hard for me to like grasp these Mega Stones and make them into anything. Cause that could be Typhlosion. It could be, I could see, getting the pink from the Hisuian, like it becoming fully yellow because of fire is like burns really bright and yellow, and the green, whatever. I don't know. They could fit green in there somehow,
Okay.
but you can
Yeah.
explain away almost anything because of the,
May I?
I
we have
think
no
Typhlosion
limit.
doesn't make sense though. But I agree. You cannot. You're right. It could be a lot of different things.
May
I think
I
Typhlosion just doesn't match this
for
at
a
all.
moment.
I mean, I agree. I wouldn't pick
May I
Typhlosion
cope
either.
for just one moment?
Please.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So, there's this big thing where, like, a lot of people want a Mega Evolution, like, for an alternate form, right? Like, I think that's the reason a lot of people have suggested Butterfree is because Beedrill has a Mega, Butterfree doesn't. People want a Slowking Mega because Slowbro has it. And as we see with Slowking, with Beedrill, they don't always do that. But we also see that sometimes they do, right? Like, sometimes Gardevoir got a Mega in X and Y, and then in Oris, they decided to give Gallade one. Glalie got one in
Sure.
Oris, then they decided to give Frozlast one. In Legend ZA, Scolipede gets a Mega. Leavanny.
Yeah, a lot of people did say Leavanny.
Oh,
I'm down.
Leavanny.
I'm down.
That's fun.
I would love that.
Mhm.
Another idea. This is not Mega Victory Bell, the one we know. This is actually Mega Victory Bell X.
Oh my
That's a
god.
different one.
Ayo.
Lumi,
That'd be wild.
I want to shout you out, Lumi, because I was watching one of your videos on your channel recently, and you mentioned how like when Mega Mewtwo was introduced. I mean, it was teased with like a completely different name that had nothing to do with Mega. I think it was like Awakened
It was
Mewtwo.
so first it was a new Pokemon. They just were like, hey, there's a new Pokemon, and they kind of teased like it looks like it has a connection to Mewtwo. And then they called it Awakened Mewtwo, is what they named it. And then they called it Mega Mewtwo.
And then they retconned it, or basically clarified that it's actually Mega Mewtwo Y. And again, on this idea of like, okay, well, what we're being introduced right now, maybe we see something where it's like, okay, we go through the X and Y dimensions, and when we're in those X and Y dimensions, our Mega Pokemon are maybe classified as Mega Greninja Z, because it's actually from the Z dimension or something, right? Like it's from ZA.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, and they've done stuff
I wouldn't
like
be very happy with them doing it with Victory Bell of all the mons, but that
sure, yeah.
Well, let's get an alternate version.
I guess what I'm thinking about is like how like the Alolan Pokemon, or the Pokemon that evolve into their Alolan forms, like Pikachu to Raichu, in the Alola games, they'll always evolve into like their Alolan counterparts.
Right.
So Pikachu will evolve into the Alolan Raichu. But if you're in Ultra Space when you evolve your Pikachu, it'll actually, the Pikachu will evolve into base Raichu.
Mhm.
So we've seen versions of this where it's like there's little dimensional portals that actually the game knows you are not in the original main land. Like that's an attention to detail that Game Freak has implemented before, in terms of the specific Pokemon that you're using. And I think that could be a really fun detail that they could play with, where it's like your Pokemon appear differently, or maybe are just classified a little bit differently depending on what dimension you're in. Continuing here, though, we got on the middle row on the left, it's this orange orb. It's got black, it's got yellow, and right here I've got a couple Pokemon listed. This is another one where I'm like, is this just Mega Pyroar?
Yes.
But a couple other ones could be Crustle. I've seen Tortonator. Tortonator would be kind of cool. Yeah, you're right. With the
I
white.
think the most.
You're right.
If it's not Pyroar, to me, it's Talonflame. Like that's the only other thing that I could see. It could be Scrafty too, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, because you got the orange, the yellow. That's there with Scraggy, so maybe it comes back with Scrafty, and then the black again. Like they often use these colors to represent typing as well. We see that with Altaria, so it's a dark type.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dark and fighting type. I actually really see that. That's a good point.
It's also kind of a white translucent background, and we're told that Scrafty's like shedded skin becomes white.
Yeah.
And I'm actually wondering if it actually becomes more like translucent-y, because that's what dead skin does when like a reptile's shedding it.
Or that's what dead skin does when it's like peeling off of my feet.
That too. Like when I go out for this in the sun
gross.
for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Too much information.
And then so yeah, that's pretty good. Tortonator would be kind of cool too. Like a Mega Tortonator would be really tough. Even Crustle would be kind of sick. Mm-hmm. We've got this blue and navy Mega Orb right here, and I've seen Quagsire. I've seen Clawitzer. Clawitzer would be kind of cool as a parallel.
To which one?
to Clawitzer.
Okay.
As a parallel to Dragalge.
Clawitzer has been growing on me so much recently. I'm like, that's a really good Pokemon.
Yeah,
and it deserves a Mega.
And it's always had that, like, I think the fan dream is that its Dragon Claw like overcomes its body, and it's still a little crab.
That'd be so
but it
cool,
looks like a dragon. Right?
It would freaking counterpart Dragalge so much better.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. Please, Game Freak, hear me.
It is funny. I'm kind of thinking. One thing I do like to think about is like I don't know, just the longevity of a lot of these things, and like I think, okay, if one day, because one day we might get like traditional remakes of Pokemon X and Y, right? And then you think like, if that happens, would they include these new Megas? Certainly for these Kalos Pokemon, at least,
right?
And if they do, you do have to think. In that game, Clawitzer and Dragalge are version exclusives, so maybe they have a mega plan for Clawitzer to kind of even that out more. I don't know.
Since we're on that topic as well, I also think about the longevity of these things, and I also think about Megas. Like at the beginning, Dusty, you started off the episode talking about like Megas. It's what we're getting and all that, and to me, like Megas is not the top tier of. I mean, it is. It's one of the best gimmicks, but it is also like such a limited gimmick in the sense like I think we'll only see them in Champions for a while after this. And to me, I'm like, some of these Pokemon that I want to get Megas, I'm like, maybe I don't want them to get Megas because I want them to get a new gimmick. Like in Gen 10, they get the gimmick there. Maybe that gimmick has more longevity, like, or they get a new form.
Yeah, I mean, they absolutely can.
They can as well. It's true.
Gengar got a Mega, then later got a G-Max. Snorlax got a Z move, an exclusive Z move, and then the generation after got a G-Max,
That's true.
And Pokemon can also just get like new evolutions.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think this could be a whole conversation in itself, but like, and I've been flip-flopping a little bit, but I actually am starting to think like, I don't really know if Megas are really going away. Like,
I don't think
I think
they are and aren't. I don't know. They probably in Gen 10, I would imagine as well. But
so what my pitch is like, Pokemon is not just the video games, and I think as Pokemon has tried to introduce other gimmicks, I don't think anything has really hit or stuck with the fandom as Megas, right? As much as Megas. And I think that the Pokemon Company is not just factoring in whatever Game Freaks wants to create as a video game, but they're factoring in the card games. They're factoring in Pokemon Go. I'm thinking about all these other franchises, Pokemon TCG Pocket, right? Like all these other games. I'm thinking about like Game Freak has always put out games that introduce new Pokemon that allow all these other mediums to not drip feed, but capitalize off of these other platforms need new Pokemon and designs or megas to supplement these games, these live service games. And I think Mega Evolution really is like, I think in the past, I'm always thinking about Pokemon Go because they try to incorporate everything, but I'm like, Z moves and Gmax and Terra, not only are they not as like beloved by fans as megas, but they also feel really specific in lore, like in world. They feel really specific to their region. So it doesn't always make sense for Gmax or Z moves or whatever to show up in these other games in the same way. Like there's just an ease, I think, also in concept.
You have to do extra work to explain why Gmax is in Johto,
Yeah. And Mega Evolution is also like, obviously we know all, like, okay, the rule is that a Pokemon can only evolve twice. There can only be 3 stages. It can split off, but like that's the limitation. And I think like this is just kind of hitting me, like the idea that like over the next 10 years, right? We're always talking about like, okay, it's the 10th generation and it's the 30th year anniversary. What are they going to keep doing over the next decade? And I could see a world where they slowly start introducing megas every couple years. Maybe we get new megas every generation. Not every, the new generation, like the Gen 10 game maybe is like a new gimmick, but then the next Legends game introduces megas, right? Like they could keep adding and giving us new megas for all these Pokemon lines, and it'll never catch up to the amount of Pokemon there are. But I could see a world where there's 400 Mega Evolutions, right? Like very naturally, if a Pokemon can evolve, then every Pokemon can eventually get a Mega Evolution.
I think it's even more simple than that. Like I with Pokemon Champions, there's a lot of talk about Champions. We know it's going to be the VGC hub for those competitions in 2026. There's been a lot of speculation that it could go beyond that and it could be the VGC hub from now on. And if that's the case, Pokemon can at any point just go like, hey, you know what, this is our 4th year of Gen 13. We're in Gen 13 now. This is our 4th year of Gen 13. We don't have a game coming out. We obviously need to spice up our competitive, so here's what we're gonna do. This next regulation is Mega Evolutions. We're doing that again. And you know what? Now in Champions, you can get here's 6 new megas. Have fun with that. Like even on Champions.
No, that's cool, man.
I mean, and tie it to your games, right? Like what if they go, oh, Pocopia's releasing, so here's a Ditto Night. You can Mega Evolve Ditto.
Yeah. No, I hear. I
don't think Ditto will ever Mega Evolve.
But that idea is honestly pretty strong as well. Because the other really big detail that I think sometimes we just don't talk about is that Pokemon Champions is a Game Freak title, which means they have, and we've seen Pokemon debut in non-Game Freak titles like Pokemon Go. So like, who's to say that Game Freak can't launch a new Pokemon in their own app? I remember playing Showdown in college, and I didn't really do this too much, but I did think the idea was really cool, was when Pokemon Showdown would basically fan make new Pokemon that are specific for their platform, essentially. Like they invented like 5 new Pokemon, 10 new Pokemon that did very specific competitive things. And they would, commission a design and it would be fan created and they'd have like a unique spread and a unique ability. And that was really cool because I'm like, wow, these are, like, obviously this whole platform is Pokemon I know, but now there's like a couple new things that I've never heard about before. That's fun, right?
It just, I mean, it makes sense to me. I'm even thinking, what if I'm expecting some kind of, this is maybe a bold claim, but I am expecting when Champions launches, there'll be some kind of mega that's exclusive to connecting your game to champions, and maybe you can only use it on
Sarah,
champions.
or
But
Sarah,
well, that's
or
the thing is,
Sarah,
shout out to
or
Yori, because I feel like
Sarah,
Yori's
or-
like preached this more than anyone. Yori's also on our team. She's one of our Discord mods, but Yori's always been pushing that Zeraora would be a champions exclusive mega. This was a Pokemon that we know was supposed to get a mega at one point in development. Maybe it's scrapped, maybe it's still in the game, maybe it's for DLC, or what Yori suggests is that maybe it is a thing you get for connecting to champions. And I think that's very possible. We saw with Pokemon Home, Gmax Melmetal was only obtainable by connecting Pokemon Sword and Shield to Pokemon Home. The antique form, I believe it's called, of Magearna, where it's got that classic Pokeball look, that is only obtainable in Pokemon Home by completing the dex. So you see Game Freak wanting to reward you from picking up their other services that tie to their main games. Champions is literally their main VGC hub. There's no way they don't do that. And they easily could go like, I mean, man, seriously, the possibilities are endless. What if they go in Gen 10, hey, when you connect your Gen 10 to Champions, there's going to be megas for the Gen 10 starters in Champions. Like, they can do things like that, and that's an insane thought to me.
No, you're totally right. And
I
like,
agree.
and again, like with every new Game Freak title, when there's new Pokemon or forms added, those things trickle out into all the other different mediums. So it's like there is an incentive for the Pokemon company to maybe have, and again, conceptually, it's just so easy to just give every Pokemon like one additional. I keep thinking of like a fourth stage. It's just another mega. It's literally mega evolution, right? You got normal evolution, mega evolution, but some Pokemon like Sableye don't evolve at all. But I just think it's really cool.
Yeah.
And
Dang,
it would
I was just trying to bring up that I don't think there'll be a Mega Nidoking because I'd rather it get a Gen 10 form.
But you could get that too. I don't think Megas continuing as like a constant means that we're not going to get a new gimmick. It's just another thing.
Yeah, I mean, they
they
even like to.
I agree with all.
And it
the
feels
other forms with new forms, right? Like Mega Raichu Y has a lot of Alolan Raichu reference in it, a lot of Gorachu reference in it. Gmax Gengar has a lot of Mega Gengar reference into it. Like, you know, one could argue that it might even encourage them getting a form, especially if it's a Gym 1 Mon, man. One day it's going to have a regional form. It's going to have a Mega Evolution. It's going to have a Z move. It's going to, if it's a Gym 1 Mon.
Seriously.
It just feels like, we're always asking for like cross-gen evolutions. And I think Mega Evolution could be another pillar. So you have like every generation you're getting the convergence, every generation you're getting regional forms, you're getting cross-gen evolutions, and now maybe every generation you're also getting a handful of megas, right? Like that could just be one more thing that you're expecting to see on top of whatever other weird, freaky thing that Game Freak wants to give us. That was a fun conversation.
We could go on a bunny trail even further, but let's go back.
So this next Megastone is green on orange on black, and the three things that I've seen online are Yanmega, Lilligant, and Flygon, which we did talk about Flygon on the Clips channel.
It's gotta be Flygon, man. It's in I see it in the stone. I'm looking at the Flygon picture in the stone now.
You know what's crazy about that is like if it's not Flygon, then the whole entire Pokemon community has gaslit itself into thinking that they see Flygon. Like I see it too, and it's like, okay, is it really there, or are we just literally insane?
The like, fact that it's there is what is making me question that it's there. If that makes sense, because I'm like, I
thought you were gonna say your reality.
No. Like
it's making me question my reality.
I see it clear as day, so I'm like. But there's no way they would, for Flygon only, throw it in this Megastone. That can't be it. But I'm looking at it, and I see it.
Yeah. I think yes, because they know how much fans have... Like, Flygon is the one that everyone always talks about. Always. There's like 1,000 memes with millions of views and likes. Like, there's no way they haven't seen it. So,
I mean, it again.
If they want to just throw it in here, like it could be the one that they're actually teasing out of all of these. Do you know what I mean?
I think the big kicker of it too is that, like, not only do the fans want it, but I do genuinely, wholeheartedly believe Game Freak wants it. Game Freak is so sensitive.
At least they did want it
about the
at one
development.
point.
Yeah, maybe did past tense, but they Game Freak is so secretive about the development of their games. They never let us peek behind that curtain. Any peek we've gotten at beta Pokemon, all this, like the vast majority of them are from leaks, whether it's the Terra leak or the Space World demo,
from the fans hacking them.
but Game Freak has gone on record, like of their own will, and said,
yeah,
we worked on a Mega Flygon for X and Y. We couldn't land the design. We tried again for Oris, couldn't land the design. There is a character in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. His name is Arun. His ace is a Flygon. He was created solely for Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Do you know what he gives you? He gives you a Garchompite, a Dragon Ground Megastone. He does not use a Garchomp.
This man lied to us. Arun. He gives
I've never
us
seen him ever.
His signature. Crazy. Well, you got to play Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah.
His signature Pokemon is a Flygon, and he gives you a Garchompite. Like, how much of a troll is that,
bro? It's so Flygon, guys. It really
how
is
much of a troll. It's crazy.
Flygon.
It really is Flygon. I think
I'm
his
going
only Pokemon
to
is Flygon.
lose
It's
my
crazy.
mind if it's not Flygon. I will also say I just want to say this before I forget it. I don't think that, like,
this guy's pretty cool.
I don't think there's a Megastone on here unless y'all can think of one that necessarily represents any of these. But I have had a thought that something interesting is, I think you can kind of look at Horizons and draw your conclusions, right? Like, we know that there's a Drampa Mega. One of the characters of Horizons is mysteriously, like, designed like a Drampa, so that's kind of interesting. And he's also got, like, a secret double life, so you can easily see him,
like, can, like, just pull that out, just be like,
at some point.
Mega Drampa.
But then, like, also you do have, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, you do have Mega Evolution playing a role here. One of the characters has a Mega Sableye and a Mega Dragonite. One of the characters has a Mega Lucario. The villains all have Pokemon capable of Mega Evolution, with the sole exception of the main villain. He has a Umbreon, a Magnezone, and a Beheeyem. And maybe they just go, okay, well, now he has a, I don't know, Frozlast, so we can Mega Evolve it. Maybe they do.
They have done that.
Yeah.
They have done that. Where it's just like, oh, they just randomly have a new Mega Pokemon in there.
They very well could do that, but I am sitting here thinking, like, maybe one of those, maybe Magnezone, Beheeyem, Umbreon, maybe one of those is, like, gonna end up with a Mega.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, kind of tough. That is kind of tough. I also wanted to say that this green and orange one also kind of reminds me of Carnivine.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
I can see the coloration.
Would they go double carnivorous plant?
Dude, maybe. I want Mega though. That's what I want.
We're getting all kinds of little Pikachu clones,
Dude,
so who knows?
You ain't lying. After this, like, not DLC, but this gen, I feel like every electric type's gonna have a Mega, maybe two of each.
Yeah.
I think they're just breaking every single rule that fans have ever made.
I hope
like,
so,
it's just
man.
like whatever.
I hope.
All
right,
I do think it could be like Chestnut though. Before we move on, it could be the Chestnut one.
No, we've seen the Chestnut one. And
different?
It's not. It's
it's
very different.
It's white. It's a white marble with green, red, and yellow. But I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Someone right
colors,
here.
I guess.
Kibogo says they line up these three things and these three marbles and says Typhlosion, Samurott, Superior.
I see it, honestly.
Possible.
I do too. Yeah,
it's possible.
I want to get through this list though. The orange, white, and blue one is people are saying it could be Floatzel.
Yes.
Rotom is kind of a cool one. Someone also said it maybe orange could be added to Aurorus, and that could show up. I don't really see it.
I don't like that.
And then Talonflame is something I've also seen.
I really don't know for this one actually.
And then this next one, because there's another orange one. It's orange and white. So you are right. It does look like Delphox, but someone also suggested that it could be Tyrantrum. But the two that I like for this one would be Braviary or Ninetales.
I like that. By the way, with the Delphox one, it is swapped. Like, it is a mistake or on purpose.
Or it's different.
It's something different. So, but it's e-released.
But it is really similar. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. About those other ones, I'm not too sure though. I don't know about any of those being like those colors.
Blue and yellow is the next orb. That's Gastrodon, Clowitzer, and Kingdra is what people are saying. Again, I think Clowitzer's a couple times on here.
The blue ones are the hardest ones because they're just like general water types.
Yeah.
Like what are we really looking at? For water? Could be anything.
But then also there's a lot of blue Pokemon that are not water types, right? Like there's Heracross,
Yeah. True.
This next one's one of my favorite for listeners. It's blue, yellow, and purple, and to me, this perfectly matches the colors of Crabominable.
Why would you love that?
Yeah, why would you?
I hate that. I never want that. I think you should burn.
I think because it's such a wild beast.
There's no. I feel like because Crabominable is more prominently, I feel like white. I think there is an Alolan Pokemon that it matches a little bit more, and that is Toxapex.
I don't think
Toxapex?
So.
Yeah, look at it. Blue, purple,
I
yellow.
do not see that.
Someone did suggest
yellow?
that right here. Someone suggested this.
Toxapex has yellow spikes.
On the yellow spikes, I guess.
And I mean, think a Mega, the spikes would get bigger, right? You gotta do that.
Listen,
so
I would love
yellow.
a Mega Toxapex. And I think a Mega Toxapex fits very well into the Mega frame of things. Like, that's a pick for me. But I think it's Frostlass, to be honest.
Real quick, I just wanted to let you know that we have brand new Mega Evolution designs on our merch store, shop.hiddenpowerpodcast.com. New merch out right now. It's this beautiful blue and pink design, bold font in the back. The pink color was kind of a late add in the design process, but I think the pink is so nice both colors together remind me of like summer nights, like the cotton candy sky, but the pink is so clearly tied to Mega Evolution.
Very rogue Mega Evolution.
Absolutely.
Right?
I can't wait to play Legends ZA, and I also can't wait to order and receive and wear my new Mega Evolution t-shirt right now, available at shop.hiddenpowerpodcast.com. Thank you so much.
Go get one.
If you want to support, links are in the description. See ya.
But
if you look at these colors, white, blue, yellow, it's not just the same colors, but it's the same like shade of colors.
Yeah, it's like exactly the same.
Crabrawler and Crabominable. I can never say this thing's name.
Crabominable.
If it's Crabominable, I'm switching to Power World.
But don't you think it can be so tough? Like, what if it goes Rocky?
This might be the worst DLC ever if it's Crabominable. Like, I'm out.
It's gonna be so ugly, and then like
nobody likes this thing.
I'm imagining you got I guess I've kind of come around on this evolutionary line because I think Jake pointed out to me that it's actually very similar to like the Blood Moon Ursaluna, where like it's traveling across like the narrow sea and something like fateful happens to it and it transforms. Like the story of Crabrawler is that it's in order to get stronger, it's literally the story of like Trainer Red. Like it goes to the top of a mountain to train, and it just like isolates itself and becomes like it becomes a peak. It becomes the definition of strength.
It becomes the definition of ugly.
It is ugly, but it's also powerful. It like achieves its true form. And I think a Mega Evolution on top of that could do something crazy. And then you start getting, I mean, again, if it's a Mega, it's going to take it's going to incorporate more of those purple colors from Crabrawler. I don't know. Maybe it sheds like the fur or something, and it looks more like a proper boxer. It could do something.
I'll tell you
weird.
this, Dusty. If you're a big Crabominable fan now, if you're starting to come around,
I'm
to this
not a
Pokemon,
big fan.
Then continue your new Pokemon Snap playthrough. Thank you very much.
It is. I think I got it at D tier now.
Dang, bro.
Yeah, I should complete that playthrough.
Yes, you both should.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about doing it. I literally woke up this morning like I'm gonna play Pokemon Snap.
Every time I see it, I'm like, I'm only 4 episodes in, or 4 playthroughs in. I hit a wall. There was it's just too difficult.
Oh, really?
No,
I didn't
not
hit that.
really.
Which
not
I was
really.
about to say. I'm not sure how.
I think no, it's not difficult, but I hit a point where I was like, oh, I have to grind. I have to keep.
Yeah,
playing this
there is
mission.
definitely a grind. I think,
And I was
you're
like,
right.
There is a
I just
grind.
want
That's the
to.
thing.
I just want to get to the next part.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
Yeah, but but that's the cool part
I
is
felt the
going back
same.
and seeing it and seeing all the interactions. I don't know.
yeah. if
No,
things
not when you
change.
do it again and again. It's the same exact thing. You know, like, what am I doing?
Because I was doing it on
Like,
stream, and I was like, what are we doing?
Well,
Yep.
this last Megastone, I'm gonna tell you what I want it to be, and then I'm gonna tell you what I think it is. What I want it to be is Noivern. I love Noivern. It's
Nice.
got similar colors. Please, Noivern.
I see it.
But I think it's Hoopa.
Ooh, dude. Oh, dude, good pick, dude. I didn't even think about that. You're right. So it's purple and yellow, and I
don't see either of those.
I mean,
I
the
can
black
see
is the
Hoopa.
dark
Noivern.
typing, which it gets when it and it's on bound form.
Yeah, I guess because you don't really know what its colors are going to be. I guess
And the horns are
purple
also
skin.
black. Yeah.
that's
I
honestly
just feel like
pretty
it would
cool.
have pink in it, but I guess if it was a mega, it might not.
Well,
so.
the unbound form is like it's a little more that pink kind of becomes deeper and becomes like a purple, right?
Yeah. I like that idea. I guess I would push back a little bit just because we've been looking at all these different stones and like little details of color on a bunch of these, but I'm just looking at Sableye right now. Like its teeth are yellow.
Sure.
That's a new color for its mega, but it's not really like a very dominant color, but its mega stone is like all yellow.
Mm.
Like the largest color is yellow, which is so weird to me. So I'm wondering, like, you know, Hoopa has a little bit of green in its eyes, and it does have that pink. And so to think that neither of those colors are present in this last Megastone make me scratch my head a little bit.
I just
to doubt
also
it. But I like the idea.
I just also kind of expect, if I'm honest, Hoopa to get a mega
Yeah.
here just because it's a Hoopa focused DLC called Mega Dimension. I
Yeah.
feel like Mega Hoopa is, and you know, honestly, I'd go, well, it has the unbound form, but Zygarde's getting a mega, so I'm kind of like, all right, who cares? You know, maybe
Sure.
maybe form changes don't matter because Zygarde has 3 forms and then technically 2 that are you can't play with, and then it's getting a mega.
Yeah. I've thought of that before, and we were talking earlier about how like maybe the unbound form is like essentially a mega. Like it could be like considered a mega,
Sure.
or they could kind of wiggle it into, you know, canon that is like kind of a mega. But I guess if we're being honest, Legends Arceus didn't get a new form, you know? So if this game's all about Hoopa, I guess Hoopa doesn't
Right.
need a new form.
Yeah,
but it's
it can go
causing
literally
new
either
forms.
way.
Yeah, it could.
I hope that it's not. I don't want it. I don't want.
You
I
don't want
a
Hoopa to get mega?
No, I do not want a Hoopa mega. It's already got the Unbound. It doesn't need another
Yeah,
one. It's just gonna be more of the same.
I agree.
It's like,
I've just accepted it, man. Like it's so funny when you said I don't want
I think
Hoopa to get a mega. I realized, oh, I'm allowed to not want it. You know, like I didn't even think of
Yeah.
that because I've just been like accepting like Hoopa's getting a
Sure.
mega. You know,
it has a higher chance than most Pokemon that we're wishing, but yeah, I don't want it, and it still has a chance to not happen because it is like it could just be the vehicle of bringing all these megas in, and that's like its story, you know. And we could do like a story thing with Hoopa Unbound
Yeah.
instead of doing a story thing with Hoopa Unbound's mega, you know.
See, I just
So- No,
that's
I
true,
feel
that's
like
true.
I can see it. Oh, it's the end of the game here. Oh no, Hoopa's in its unbound form. We fight it. Oh
And
no,
it's mega
now
evolving.
it's a
Yeah.
rogue mega evolution. You know.
No, that's pretty tough. I like that.
I would just
Giratina,
rather
you know?
Volcanion.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd
me
rather.
too.
But see, even Giratina is a perfect example. They did the same exact thing, what you're saying, but Giratina did not not mega. He
'Cause
didn't
it
get
has
like
2 forms.
another form.
Yeah.
He didn't get another.
Well, that's
form.
what I'm
He
thinking.
could have
is
got.
you fight
something
Hoopa,
else.
you fight Hoopa, and you have your Giratina moment where it becomes unbound. But see, it's not a biggest surprise because we're like, you did that the last Legends game, and then
Yeah.
you beat the and you're like, so I saved my team for it, and then you beat the unbound, and then it megas. It's like, whoa, you did it a third time, you know?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know what the story is really going to be. I would imagine almost that Hoopa's like kind of on your side, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Maybe.
So I don't know.
I'm wondering
Um,
why we're even going into this dimension. Like, we just saw a portal in Lumio City, and we just thought, like,
And we're like,
we have to
let's
check
just
it
go
out,
into it.
right? You know?
yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, I think that he's the one that's like, hey, come save this or come fix this, instead of him being.
Yeah, he's
bad.
like
but he's a
playful.
little trickster, right? So,
Yeah, he's trickster, but he's playful. He's like
mhm.
he's like kind of coaxing you to go into it, and then you're kind of mad about it, you're like, damn, I got tricked. And then you're like, oh no, he wants us to help. You know?
Yeah.
If we're talking
Yeah,
mythicals, I'd so rather Zeraora or Volcanion.
Yeah.
Like, please.
I think
They're better.
Zeraora is gonna be like a Champions thing, man. A Champions tie-in if it exists at all.
I mean, I hope, because then for me that doesn't even count as a DLC mega, and I hope that it's like
yeah.
after the DLC even, and so that it doesn't have anything to do with
Yeah.
it, and they can just give us something else.
Yeah, I just I
Um,
don't know. I do half wonder, like, has that been reworked into these Raichus? Maybe, you know,
Yeah.
since they're
Yeah,
kind
that
of
too.
mascots of this
It is.
DLC and they're electric types.
That's the worst case scenario where he just was like, just split into all of the other things.
Yeah.
No, he's so much better than all of them.
So my last picks for this last Megastone, I feel like this has a pretty good chance of being Aegislash.
Yeah,
And then I've also seen people say Toxtricity, but Aegislash feels good. It's a Kalos Pokemon. It's pretty popular, and it would need something. But let's talk about what Mega Pokemon we think should just be in the game.
What do you mean, like just new ones we want?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And
this was my list that I made yesterday, which is like, they're my picks, but they also like make sense in a way. Of some of them make sense. I tried to like be somewhat reasonable.
No, that's good.
And
let
also
me
Somewhat
so
reasonable.
let me-
There's 50 on here.
yeah, right. So like, okay, if I'll go to this. This is Soul's like list. He was organizing his thoughts, but I guess I want to think about like not just megas we want, but like megas that would make sense specifically for the DLC. I think things that I'm thinking about, and again, I've talked about this on a couple other videos on my channel, but and I thought this was an original idea. Apparently, it's not. I've been seeing it everywhere now. But the starter mega evolutions, we already talked about that. I think it would be great to complete the Johto starter trio, as well as the Unova starter trio. And then that would bring us up to, I think, 5 starter trios that are completed.
Kanto, Johto,
that all have
Hoenn,
mega evolutions.
Unova, Kalos, yeah.
That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
And then if I wanted to get greedy, I would say give Paldea some love. And I feel like because those regions are so close together, it would be very easy for someone to like, I don't know, it's like they're new Pokemon. Like the Paldean starters are brand new. Someone could easily have those literally walked into Lumio City. Like someone could have one walk into Lumio City, and then in another dimension they have megas, right? So that feels like something that would be really cool. I think I really just want to see some mega evolutions for the Paldean Pokemon the most, because I'm like, if megas aren't coming back, then we're not like, it's going to be a decade before, you know, Scovillain or Dudunsparce or Annihilate gets a mega, you know? So
yeah,
I think I want to cope a little bit and hope that maybe the Paldean starters will get megas. But yeah, and
I
also
feel
have
like
a
there
list of
very
other
well
Paldean starters.
could be a Paldean Pokemon that gets a Mega. I don't think like they'll give it to a batch of Paldea Pokemon, but like they might pick like one or two that are like special or something. Like again, I do think, you know, I think about the anime, and I think, you know, maybe they won't, but will Liko, will Dot, will Amethio, will any of these characters eventually get access to Mega Evolution? And you know, I think,
sure,
you know, Liko's got a little Charcadet. Amethio's got
is
a
it
Surreal
a spoiler to look it up?
no.
I mean, you know,
I'll go to Cerebi.
Yeah, there's no like leaks for these. You know, it might be
No,
ahead
you're
in
good.
Japan, but you know,
So she's got a Meowscarada. That'd be sick, dude. Mega Meowscarada. I've been using one on my Violet team, and it's pretty tough.
Yeah, but they will not do it without the other two, I don't think. I don't think they just do
Hatrim,
one.
Mega Hatterene would be sick. She's got the Terapagos. She does have, dude. Oh my God, Charcadet, of course.
dude, I'm just saying,
I'm using Armor Rouge, and it's pretty good.
well, they also they gave her this Charcadet pretty late. Like they gave her to her pretty recently in Japan. It was like it's like they're in the Mega Evolution arc right now, and she got a Charcadet. And I don't know, man. I'm trying not to read too into it, but
yeah,
Armor
I'm reading
Rouge
into
and
it.
Surreal
That's
Edge
cool.
is right there. I feel like those are Pokemon that are just coded to kind of like get a Super Saiyan form, which is what a Mega Evolution is.
Yeah,
And then also they I've preached this for a while. I've been preaching this since before the megas were leaked for ZA, but their Armor Rouge and Surreal Edge do not have the abilities Mega Launcher and Sharpness, and those are abilities that they absolutely should have. And so I just feel like a Mega that gives them Mega Launcher and Sharkness makes sense, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, dude, I see it.
I think when it comes to like later gens, I think they have the least probability of becoming a mega. I think that's one of the rules that Game Freak doesn't break too much, because they're new and they want you to focus on like these new things instead of those new things. I don't know. There's a little bit of friction there. I'm not saying they don't do it, because they just did it with Archaludon and Duraludon, but that was a little bit farther along.
That's the thing I think.
But I think they have less.
They did it with Diancie and X and Y. So my brain's like, okay, well, our only mythical for Paldea is Pecharunt. I don't feel like they do it for Pecharunt, but I'm like, so maybe there is one special Pokemon that they would do it for.
Tinkaton.
And Tinkaton, or honestly, like we're on Dot's page, I don't like it, but Golden Go.
Yep.
Those are the two that I think of as well. Those are the two that I think of. To be honest, and I would not hate, but I would not want either of them. I'd hate the Golden
I would hate
Go,
Golden
but unless it turns into a dragon,
But why would it? Why would a surfer turn into a dragon?
Because it's just coins, so it could reform itself into anything. It could
sure.
It could be anything.
No. So what I'm imagining is like Golden Go taking Mega Golden Go taking the reclaiming reclaiming the chest design, like that classic chest design. Where
I'd like
it's
that,
now
probably.
a giant chest. It's inside of the chest, and it comes out like a dragon. Because what does a dragon do? Protect its coins.
I think it just come out as its stupid Golden Go face. If that happens.
Yeah, not a problem.
It's like doing like the surf's up symbol, right?
Yeah. That's literally what would happen. But
Dude,
I really don't think. Maybe one Paldea Pokemon, maybe, just because it's probably going to be the only region without a Mega evolution. That's the biggest thing for Paldea is that
right, because
there won't be any other. Yeah, every other region will have at least one Mega. So it's
Phalanx
like
and Drampa
maybe.
are a thing. So it is the only region without a Mega.
Which just feels stupid to me. I don't know. I'm like, come on, guys. I'm like, it's like we've predicted. There's so many connections, right? It's like. There's so many connections between Paldea and Kalos. I'm like, they touch each other. There's so many hints. It's all they're both in Generation 9. I'm like, you got to connect these in some way. It would feel disrespectful.
Even in Gen 6, every region had a Mega. Even Gen 6 had it with Diancie. So it's like,
yeah.
I think there's room for one. That's what I think.
Yeah, there's room for one.
There's room for one.
So again, before we get to anything like arbitrary or just kind of like wish listy, we did talk about the XY like portals, so I feel like getting megas for Xerneas and Evoltal feels pretty good. That could be it's kind of funny, but like we could get Mega Xerneas X and Mega Evoltal Y, which implies that there's a Y or an X version for the opposites. Again, it's like we haven't seen those at all. I would love to see what they're all about.
It gets a little complex when you start doing that, because then it's like, okay, I guess there's like another version of another Y or X, but then their base forms are kind of already that, like Xerneas is an X and Yveltal is the Y. So it's like, it gets complicated. I almost think that a lot of times Game Freak with legendaries, specifically the box legendaries, gives them other forms instead of like the gimmick.
Yeah.
And so for me, I could see them getting a whole like different form, just like, it doesn't have to have a name. It could have like a whole different name. It could be
Eternal Xerneas, Eternal Evoltal. Honestly, calling that right now.
Unbound is good. Unbound is a good idea.
No, Lumi's got it because Lumi's got it because we had Origin form Giratina forever, and then they said in Arceus they said Palkia and Dialga are getting Origin forms as well. So we already have Eternal Flower Floette or Eternal Floette. We're gonna get.
I mean, by that logic, then it would be Mega, because we are going to have Mega Zygarde, so now we have to have Mega Xerneas and Mega Evoltal.
Essentially, Mega Zygarde hasn't existed.
It will, though, when we move into this DLC.
No, I know, but what I'm talking about is like
but they're
the
not
base
tied
form
to
of Origin
Floette
Giratina.
at all, though.
That's not true at all.
Yeah, they absolutely are not.
No, Xerneas and Evoltal fuel the ultimate weapon.
We actually don't know that they fueled the initial ultimate weapon. There's a theory to be made that Zygarde did that.
I think it's implied. It's implied at best. Sure. Maybe so. If it's not so what? Okay, the exercise is okay. Maybe it's not eternal, Xerneas and Yveltal, but it could. I guess it could be Unbound, but that feels unrelated and too specific to Hoopa. But maybe because that's like in this dimension. Maybe what actually makes sense is we have what is it? Complete Zygarde.
Sure,
maybe we have complete Xerneas and a complete.
Yveltal,
whatever.
Either way, no matter what it is,
I think you're right. It's going to be a different form.
It feels more likely that it would be like that. Either way, they'd probably function as megas, like Groudon and Kyogre.
Yeah.
But I think they might just rename them just so that they can keep them around like that. And yeah, I think that's. I was just throwing it out there because we're talking about them getting mega evolutions.
I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
I think I agree, and they've done that in the past. That it's not always.
My wild theory that I posted online was that they get actual convergent forms and that they are swapped.
Right.
So like there's a convergent Xerneas that is actually a Y, and there's a convergent Yveltal that's actually an X in the separate dimensions.
When, like the
so
Xerneas would be death here, and the Yveltal would be life.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Exactly. But it would be shaped.
Cool.
It would be shaped like a Y. I think you said Xerneas. Yeah. So instead of being shaped like an X, it would be shaped like a Y, and it would be like the destruction Pokemon, and it would be called like Urnius or something like that. Like it wouldn't have
Urnius.
Yeah.
Yes,
It'd be something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Yveltal, because Yveltal would be with an X in the front makes the H sound. So Yveltal and Urnius. But I think.
Baby. Yeah.
I think that would be a really cool way to spin it, where it's like you go to this other dimension, but there you expect to find Xerneas, but instead you find Urnius, and he's like a Y shape and destroys it.
And that is so cool. Okay, and that is so cool because also, what else did we get this generation? We got Paradox Pokemon. Like, I've always felt like Convergent. Like, there's so many weird like alt forms of Pokemon in Gen 9, and if we were to see something like that, like right, another one-off. Mm-hmm. Different form that just doesn't make sense. That feels like a paradox. That feels like a blood moon.
Yes, I agree about the paradoxes. Really cool. I agree about the paradoxes for sure. And maybe we get paradox.
It would be its own thing, is what I'm saying. But I'm just
yeah.
But like,
that'd be even crazier if we got paradox versions of them. But aside
they're all
from
different
that,
things, but they're all plucking on the same string. Like it's all kind of the same idea.
Aside from that, the convergent lookalike thing bothers me so much that we only got 3 lines in Scarlet and Violet, and then that's it. And like we have no idea if they're ever coming back. And it's just like, why did you do that? So it's like this would be a good time to add a few more in. Like sprinkle a few more, make it important somehow. For me, that would work.
Sure.
It'd be cool.
I like that.
But that's just them. We can go back to Mega Evolutions, I think.
Well, I am right. I think I actually. I'm on this website, Pokemon.com, and I forgot that they did a giveaway for the shiny these shinies legendaries. I gotta check my Pokemon Home to see if I even still have these, because if I do, I want to bring them up into my game.
Yeah.
Also, reminder to get your shiny.
No, it's gone now.
Quartet.
When this episode goes out, you didn't get your Ruinous Quartet.
Oh no! I tried. I feel like Matthew McConaughey right now.
We've got.
No, you can get them, bro.
You
can still get them because this is before.
Yeah.
You can still
get them.
No, I got it.
Yeah, I was saying you can't remind the people though. It's gone.
The listeners cannot.
We're doing a live in a couple days though. Remind them then.
Okay.
Oh, last thing on them on Xerneas and Yveltal. This is like a leak, essentially, but you get them in the base game. So why would you want to get them again in the alternate dimensions? Like something about them has to be different, unless you just get doubles.
Wait, I'm sorry. Say that again. We get them in ZA.
Yeah, we're getting them in ZA.
They're not locked to DLC. You will get them somehow.
We get Xerneas and Yveltal in base game
somehow.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a okay. That's a spoiler. Didn't know.
It's not really that spoilery. I mean, they are like all of the Kalos decks is going to be in ZA. It's not like
that's kind of as someone who didn't know that feels like a spoiler because
it is a leak. It's a leak essentially. But
no, I know. But I didn't look that up because like we've seen nothing of them. The whole game's been about Zygarde,
right? Because it is about him, but the whole Kalos
but it's kind of like Legends Arceus, where like the whole game is allegedly about Arceus, but like you get access to Dialga, Palkia, Giratina.
I didn't know that.
You know,
I feel good that there's still things I don't know about in this game.
Yeah, Yeah, I think there's a lot
There's a
that
lot.
I think there's a lot that people don't know about these games.
There's a lot that people don't know. That's the right way to say it.
But
all right, let's get through these.
Well,
oh yeah,
I was gonna say, so I proposed this recently on a live stream. This is genuinely, it's not even necessarily a wish list. It's just something I really think. So in the demo for Pokemon Legends EA, someone went into the research lab, and in the research lab, it seems there's like a table where they are studying Lantern, and like there's Lantern on the screen.
Yes.
There's a DNA symbol, all this stuff, and it's just interesting. It's on my Twitter if you wanted to pull it up there. But
I didn't even know
they have so like that's interesting in itself that they've got a Lantern like and they're tying it to DNA because that's very synonymous with Mega Evolution. But what's interesting is very, very recently there was a alleged Dex leak, but it's coming from good sources on Legends EA's Dex. Lantern's not in that Dex, which makes this a lot weirder.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Oh, true. I see what you're saying. You're saying like, why would it be on?
Lantern is on the screen. It's not even in the game.
But it's not in the game. Yeah.
And
listen,
granted,
listen. I'm with you. You
already sold me last time.
Listen. So granted,
no.
I
But
will
we've seen that before. Charizard is in Unova, and you can't get it.
Yes, but that's a little different because like you still can transfer Charizard in and stuff like that. But the difference here is that we're seeing a research lab that is studying Mega Evolution with it. So it's about context, right? Because like one thing we have seen is that we've actually seen in Legends EA there's a Thievul on an advertisement. There's a Thievul on an advertisement. I'm not drawing attention to that because it's a Thievul on an advertisement. Who cares? This is a research lab studying Mega Evolution with a picture of Lantern and then a picture of a DNA helix next to it.
Dude, I'm with you. And when
you sold me last time, I want this, number one, but number two, like it's possible. Like it could be a tease. It could be a hint.
If we look at these Mega Stones as well, we have a stone that is blue, yellow, and then an additional purple color.
I would actually say it's the stone over to the left of that one. Like that, the blue one, yeah, like the blue with the yellow line through it. To me,
maybe it gets like the.
It's darker.
Yeah, it is.
It's got a darker
yellow
vibe
and
because
blue, and then it's darker like an abyss.
It's anglerfish, you know, and so I think it would be. It'd be a much darker.
If nothing else, man,
I want it so bad.
If nothing else, man, like I feel like this is at least a hint that Lantern's gonna get something in Gen 10. That's my personal.
No, I like
that. Like this is again, and I really want to make it clear. I don't think that every time a Pokemon appears like on a board or something, it's a hint. I really don't think that. You know, like you said, Dusty, Charizard's in Unova. You do have in this game we see Thievul on an advertisement, and I think there's been other examples of that, but.
The Dustox, the Magnum, the regional Magnemite.
The context to me
it's the context.
It's the context. And that is that you were in a research lab where we know that they are studying Mega Evolution. This is where Professor Sycamore studied, and he studied the phenomenon of Mega Evolution. And there's a picture of a DNA helix on multiple monitors, which is the symbol of Mega Evolution. And then on the other two monitors, both of them, not even one, both monitors, there's Lantern and Chinchou.
I'd also add to it that on the wall there's a Pinsir horn, which Pinsir gets mega as well. So I think they're talking about megas here.
Right. It's weird, man. It's weird.
This is a good pickup, Lumi. This is a good pickup.
I hope it makes it.
Damn,
would be another electric type apparently though. Yes, so. The thing is with any of the electric types, like, let's say there's a Dedenne or something, like it could just become pure fairy, or this could become pure water, water and something else. Lantern could become water and something else instead of electric, water and dark, things can happen like that.
All right, let's, so Soul, hit me with like 3 megas that you want to see that you think we could actually realistically see. Not just, I know you have your whole wish list.
Yeah. No, I mean, my list is based in somewhat of reality as well. So like, I mean, I will already mention, we've mentioned the starters. I really think that that's a great idea, like that to complete the trios. So Snivy and Samurott and Typhlosion.
I
think Volcanion.
Well, since you brought that up, I was talking to Toby on my channel, and he brought up I didn't even think about this, but like thinking about like Toby's whole theory was like, oh, we're gonna get these missing starters in the next Legends game, yada yada yada. So right, so then we'll have whatever. I can't even. That was a horrible.
That's like a different.
That was a horrible repeat of what his.
It's a different batch of
saying.
starters, though. It's not Superior, Samurott, and Typhlosion that he thinks. It's Incineroar, Primarina, and Superior.
Okay, so
right,
but let me finish it. So like,
go for it.
So like, I sorry that was a horrible way to
go.
explain. I didn't even explain it. But basically, what I'm thinking about is like, if we were to get Samurott and Typhlosion along with Superior, that would actually leave Rowlet out as a.
But it wouldn't.
It wouldn't because it's not the Hisuian.
It wouldn't actually.
Yeah.
It wouldn't because of that's what I'm saying.
Actually, but I'm just saying
this is why this makes more sense than Toby's theory, essentially, because people think that like Incineroar and Decidueye can get megas, but then not.
I think they could.
Anyway,
that's what I'm trying to say.
They could, but it doesn't complete the trio. So like this will complete the Johto trio to get.
You're right. There's a mega
megas.
trio. It's not. It's not a. It's. You're right. You're right. Before we knew about these megas for the Legends EA starters, we're thinking about like, okay, we're thinking about new pairs of starter trios in reference to what is a starter in a Legends game, and then in relation to a regional form, but we're just talking about the megas. Gotcha.
Exactly. It completes the mega trios for them. And like we said, almost all of the starters, more than not, have megas. So like Gen 1, Gen 2 will have them now. Gen 3 will have them. Gen 4 won't. But Gen 5 will have them. And Gen 6 will have them. So it's like all of them will have mega trios. Instead, if you do it the other way, then you get like this weird thing where you're like just Superior doesn't, or one of them, like just Decidueye doesn't, something like that. So yeah, I think that's almost a lock-in. I think Flygon's almost a lock-in because of the thing. In the stone.
I feel like Mr. Crocker on Fairly Odd Parents, where he's always like, Fairy Godparents!
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
Your list of Generation 6 Pokemon, we've touched on all of these today, but I do think seeing them together feels pretty strong. Noivern, Clawitzer, the Legends and Mythicals, Talonflame, and Gogoat. I mean, I think those all feel really, really strong.
They feel like they should be there, but I feel like, so this game is coming out, or not the game, the DLC apparently could come out at the end of this year, or maybe at the beginning of next year. And next year is the 30th anniversary of Red and Blue, and the 10th anniversary of Sun and Moon. So like, I think that they focus on those two regions the most. So I think that Kanto
that's a good read.
There's going to be Kanto pandering, like almost 100%.
There already is. Raichu X,
there already
Raichu
is.
Y.
Yeah, there already is. And then I also want to just throw in the Ultra Beast theory that, like, we've talked about it on here, that because of Hoopa's portals, he can pull from anywhere and any time, kind of thing. Or maybe not any time, but any space.
I believe it's any time.
It's just
at least in the movie, it's depicted any time.
In the movie, it is, but yeah, that's a complicated thing that we could go on. But I just think that, like we were talking about earlier, Guzzlord has a very high chance. Naganadel for me because it's so popular, and maybe Nihilego because it's like the poster child. But I think just the two of them even makes the most sense to me, just to pull in and just be like, hey, look there's Ultra Beasts that can do this too. And what other region did Mega Evolution happen in? That's another thing I look at. So it's like Mega Evolution happened in Kanto, in Hoenn, in Kalos, and in Alola. Those are the regions of Mega Evolution. And so these guys, I think, should get one. I think it's logical as well. So like the Ultra Beasts are a thing, and then we have the Kanto peoples. I just threw in a whole bunch of Kanto.
I like that you put in the Kanto birds. I feel like that gives them more reason to be in Kalos because they are basically the Kalos sub-legends. Because there are no.
They are the Kalos sub-legendaries. Yeah, they are.
So
that would go so hard. Again, thinking about this idea of like Mega Evolutions continuing on over a long period of time. It would feel really cool if we just start getting these new batches and it's like, oh, we don't need to freak out. Like your favorites are going to get the attention. And I do think a lot of simple Pokemon can benefit from a mega, like in a really good way. Like I'm kind of with you. Butterfree, they could do something cool, but I'm not like foaming at the mouth for it. And I don't care about the Kanto birds, but when I think about a Mega Zapdos or a Mega Moltres, I'm like, that is pretty tough.
Bro, I'm
That's
thinking
cool.
about Mega Articuno. Get out of here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I love Articuno. Yeah, but like, yeah, I could see that.
I'm not excited about Kanto Megas. I just, it's just like I am not one of the people that is like Kanto pandering all the time. Like I like Kanto, I'm about it, but just giving them even more megas to like the amount, like especially the birds. If we're thinking about the birds, like they already have the Galarian forms too.
Listen,
like I hope they mix them together or something if they did it. But yeah, they
mix
do
them together. What do you mean?
Like the designs.
Like they would mega evolve and they would have traits from the Galarian birds to like.
Sure, I could see that.
I think
yeah,
they could
I
because
like
like
I think they
if
probably
nothing
would.
else in their shinies, because like the Galarian bird shinies reference the original birds. How crazy though if they mega evolved and like instead of ice flying, electric flying, fire flying, it was ice.
Yeah, they
psychic,
had a little
electric fighting, fire dark.
That'd be sick.
Insane.
But also, it's more Kanto. I
want to push back on that. I really don't. I'm like, who's Kanto pandering in 2025?
Game
it's
Freak.
like
they are.
No,
Game Freak is.
I think
there's so much.
I think,
they showed us only Kanto and Kalos megas right now, and there's 4 of them.
Yeah, but
Raichu X and Y.
Yeah, it's so much. But yeah,
I think these are good picks. There's some cool Pokemon here. I
also want to just say Lantern as well.
Yeah.
I want Lantern for Gen 4 Mamoswine just because of the what is it? The ride Pokemon.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I really actually love the idea of those mega Kalos Kanto birds.
Mm-hmm.
They really like I have never loved the designs. Like they were cool in generation 1 and 2. But like over the years I feel like the designs don't hold up. But to see them getting a mega would be like really, really good. I want to add something to this list. I want to suggest that because we got Mega Raichus, I think we could
Mega Pikachus.
No, I was gonna say I think we could see megas for Jolteon, Vaporeon, and Flareon.
I would actually lean more.
I never
Sylveon.
think of those dumb.
No. Yeah, I think they
Sylveon.
could also do Sylveon.
I don't think they would also. I think they'd pick one like. And then I think it'd be.
Well, then I think they would pick Jolteon, Jolteon and Flareon and Vaporeon.
I think both have merit. Like I said, like if this comes out in 2026, like it's the 30th anniversary. Like I could totally see them doing something.
Hey,
like
you know
that
what?
as well.
If they did Umbreon and Espeon as their picks, that does give Spinel a mega in Horizons because his like partners in Umbreon.
True.
There it is.
True. He's already got the Requirium. He doesn't need it.
Yeah. Love to see the Paradox Pokemon you have down here. I think that's really fun.
I really just want
the one Paradox
Hydreigon to get. Yeah, no, but I want Iron Jugulus to get its to get like a mix with Hydreigon Mega, and it's just like
that's funny because it says in its Dex entry that a Hydreigon fell in love with a robot, so it actually makes sense for its Mega to be like hybrid robot and real Hydreigon.
It pulls from its ancient DNA of that, and it becomes it's like essentially the Roaring Moon kind of thing.
Yeah, that's kind of neat. I like that.
So, yeah, I was just being creative with it. I wish that would happen. That would be the one paradox I would choose, just because it makes that much sense.
Pokemon name Mega Iron Jugulus.
Yeah.
Well,
Lumi,
I don't think.
The whole thing with the paradox Pokemon is that like we know that they pulled DNA from like or share DNA with some of the mega evolutions like Roaring Moon and Salamence, right? Mm-hmm. So like I don't think it's impossible that we could see paradox Pokemon getting.
Oh no, it's not remotely impossible.
Or at the very least, or at the very least, what makes more sense is you pick a Pokemon like Wigglytuff, right? You pick a Pokemon like Misdreavus, you pick a Pokemon like
Magnezone.
Magnezone, which a stage in their line has a paradox, and then that's what gets the mega evolution. So there's still like a cross in the DNA there. I think that's possible.
Mega Terapagos, I feel like is not 100% outside of the realm of possibility. I don't want it, but I feel like
nah, bro, it has a stellar type.
What would you do if like the mega has like an extra type symbol on its shell, and that's a Gen 10?
Sure. We do. Do you guys have any other thoughts? Because I want to end on something.
I'll just say Cleavor because, Legends Arceus and Scizor counterpart, and then Archaludon because of the Prism Tower, like it should become it. But those are just like my desires, and I don't think that they'll actually happen. I think nothing in Gen 8 or maybe one from Gen 9, but it'll probably be Tinkaton instead.
I first want to say I love that you put Sirfetch'd on here. I don't think it'll happen.
I think Sirfetch'd makes so much sense.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
It's an Ash Pokemon.
Think about the
Ash has all of Ash's
to
Pokemon.
Quote Clint Barton, don't do that. Don't give me hope, because I just
well, the thing, it's one of Ash's Pokemon. It's popular in the community. It also is getting that whole
you're
claymation
right.
thing.
Yeah, the misadventure of Pichu and Sirfetch'd. Man,
Sirfetch'd,
I'd want it.
Yeah.
I'd want it. I'd want it
and
really badly.
It makes sense out of the Gen 8 Pokemon. It makes sense for that one to get it, because Gen 8 I think has the least chance of getting Megas because they have all of the G Maxes. Like they have so many G Maxes that are given to Gen 8 Pokemon, and so they're like, let's focus on something else maybe. So yeah, Sirfetch'd doesn't have anything, and Sirfetch'd could be.
I would love that.
Pikachu. So all of Ash's Pokemon from the whatever it's called
Journeys,
the Journeys season,
his final team
is represented with a Mega, or could be.
I mean, not Dracovish and Sirfetch'd.
Pikachu now has Raichu. You got Dragonite, Gengar, Lucario all have a Mega. Sirfetch'd could get that Mega, is what I'm saying.
Well, then is Dracovish also getting it?
And then that would be tough. Like again, it's such a weird Pokemon.
I would love that, but I think then all four of them would have to get it too.
I'd love Melmetal.
I
just want to throw out that I love Melmetal and would like it to get something. But I don't think it would. That's like, there's so many mythicals. But I do think, just like as an overarching thing, I do think that more Megas from Kalos will come, just because like I remember even thinking it when I first saw like the full batch of Legends ZA base game Megas. Like Kalos got a bunch, but there were so many that I felt like were obvious pulls, and they didn't get it. Noivern, the fossils, Gogoat, of course. Like, I feel like there'll be more from Talonflame. I feel like there'll be more from Kalos in this.
I think for me it needs to be Cloyster or Noivern. That's
for
what
me,
I want.
It needs to be
Cloyster.
Noivern.
Just makes so much sense.
It needs to be Noivern. No other option. Noivern, please. Thank you.
So
but he has no reason other than just being Kalos.
That's a good reason. That's a good
and
reason.
because
and
it's
Ketchum,
amazing.
Ash.
Yeah, it was very
he's
popular
pretty
Pokemon.
popular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go out on this final idea. I think there's an opportunity, again, because if these Megas are going to be weird, right? I think there's an opportunity for certain unevolved Pokemon to get Mega Evolutions. I'm thinking about Scyther, right? Scyther has the same amount of base stat total as Scizor, so it's kind of like an upgrade. Pokemon like Onix feels so different from Steelix. I'm thinking along those lines. I think there maybe is an opportunity, or maybe Pokemon. And I think what I'm thinking about, the reason where that idea comes from is like, I think it could open the door for a Pokemon to evolve into a different direction, like Sableye, let's say, right? Sableye has a Mega Evolution, and if we're going to continue to get Megas for more Pokemon over the years, like I think it would be cool to see and to have the door open for like a Pokemon like Sableye that has a Mega now get a split evolution into a different branching evolutionary line, right? So that's kind of where I think that's maybe an opportunity, and it'd be weird.
I think Lumi probably has the same thought, maybe not, but I want your dream to be true. I would love that. I think that's more along the lines of just getting a split evolution. Yeah. But I think it's sadly a dead theory because of what we're looking at right now, and that is Mega Raichu. Yeah, Mega Raichu Y, and
especially because that are Pikachu.
If they wanted to do what you just suggested, they would have done it for Pikachu. Like they literally made this so that they could have a Mega Pikachu, but they still had to follow their rule of making it a Raichu because of it's the final evolution of it, kind of thing. So unfortunately, I don't see it for any pre-evolutions like Scyther or Onix. I wish, but
the and of course retcon is a very real thing that they can absolutely do.
Yes,
but in X and Y, the whole like draw of Mega Evolution. In fact, if you go back and watch the anime episode where Professor Sycamore tells like Ash and company about it, literally like the thing he says is Mega Evolution, what makes it so unique is that Pokemon that cannot evolve are able to now access an evolution with Mega
Interesting.
Evolution. So like he makes that connection of, no, the thing about Mega Evolution is that it's exclusively for Pokemon that can evolve.
Yeah.
So kind of like hard coding it as Mawile cannot evolve. Sableye cannot evolve.
That's interesting.
Of course, Charizard cannot evolve. Now, that said, that was in Gen 6. That was 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So
I thought that AZ's Floette was going to change everything because it gets a Mega Evolution, but apparently
Pokemon
they're
can't
treating
evolve.
they're treating it like some kind of legendary or mythical or something.
And not only that, but
go back.
I
said
can't
that.
evolve, right? Like if you look at like if they gave Cantoni and Farfetch'd a Mega Evolution, that would make sense. Cantoni and Farfetch cannot evolve. A lot of people go, Farfetch can evolve. Surf it. No, Cantoni and Farfetch cannot evolve.
And I was going to bring this up. I've kind of realized that like regional forms have replaced like cross-gen evolutions. Like a Pokemon gets a regional form and then a regional evolution, which
sometimes,
listen, not to bring it up again, but that's kind of why I'm like, this is I feel like they're different Pokemon entirely, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think
they're split evolutions.
I wouldn't say it replaced. I think it provided an alternative. But
not just. I guess did I say the cross-gen evolutions? I guess I'm thinking about like the split evolutions, right? I'm thinking about in Generation 2 when we would get, you know, not just Gloom can evolve into Vileplume, but you get Bellossom, right? You get Poliwhirl evolving into Poliwrath, but now also Politoed. Like
I bet they bring that back.
I want that.
Split evolutions are still possible, you know, in the same game that did that and went, okay, we're going to give you a regional Sneasel that evolves further. They did just go, Scyther's got a split evolution now. So, I mean, I think it's an alternative.
I mean,
true. That's a good point. Scyther does get a split evolution.
I would even argue that Ceruledge and Armarouge are split evolutions.
They definitely are. It functions. I mean, it feels different. It is
because they're with an item.
I think it's again.
No. It feels different because they're introduced in the same generation. That's why they feel different.
It's a way to go an alternate route. I think, like, you know, if you have like with Sneasel, if they're going, hey, we want Sneasel to get a split evolution that's poison fighting, that seems a little weird to just have the Dark Ice Sneasel evolve into a poison fighting, so it just makes more sense.
Yeah, that's why they did that. They wanted to change the type more.
Well, that was a good conversation. We gotta go. We love you guys. If you're listening to this, I literally don't even know what day it is that's coming out, but we will be streaming. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm gonna be streaming on my own channel, DustyGogoat, Legend ZA, and on this channel, I'm sure. I don't know. You guys can plug it right now if you're doing it something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'll be streaming probably, depending on my capture card. But
I will have.
I gotta test some things.
Lumi's gonna have videos on his channel. All the links are in the description, and then right here, subscribe, because if you like this conversation, we're gonna be having full coverage of ZA over the next month. Stay tuned. This is the #1 place for Pokemon discussions, theories, analysis, breakdowns. Literally the #1 place for Pokemon conversations. Thank you for watching. And let us know what megas you want to see in Mega Dimension.